Hello guys and welcome back to Josh Must Win, and today we have got a lot to talk about. The game has changed once again, not only for the players in the game but also for the celebrities that are controlling everything. And I gotta say guys, if you're not watching the show, what are you doing? I've had so many of you guys be like, oh, you've made me want to watch the show. Good, because you should be watching the show. I don't watch trash. I don't watch the Kardashians. I don't watch The Only Way is Essex. I watch the good reality shows. I watch the ones that are going to keep you gripped and entertained all the way through. Maybe not the last week like Celebrity Big Brother, but for the most part, you will be entertained and you will enjoy. So, if you are enjoying the channel at the moment, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is the most important at the moment. We are very slowly making our way to 800. It seems to have really sort of like ground to a halt over the last couple of days, but I'm hoping that you guys will pick it up again. Yeah, just keep going. You guys can do it. I'm really impressed. Get all your friends and families to subscribe. Yeah, let's just get to 1,000. Come on, people. So we are going to have to talk about the elimination first. So at the end of the last episode, Miles was voted the least favourite, and today Jeanette had the choice of choosing one other person to go up against Miles in the public vote off. She chose Jack, which I think was a very, very good choice personally. And it was just because she has a lack of connection, and I gotta be honest, it wasn't a surprising choice. And I also think that there's going to be a lot of drama around those two being up. And in fact, we saw it straight away because Louis was asking Miles, do you think you've misjudged anyone? And Miles went, yeah, I think I've misjudged you. And then and then Louis went, well, I think I misjudged you because you're fake. Actually, no, I knew that from the beginning, so I'm just lying. And I was like, rah, Louis is choosing violence today, and I'm all here for it. Causing the drama, giving a bit of spice to the series, and adding a lot of extra layers to it. I'm loving it. I'm thinking it's great. It is absolutely smashing. And unfortunately, Jack did have to go. The celebrities were actually quite strategic with it, and I'm glad that they did what I suggested. In the last episode, I said it would be smart to keep Miles around because he could be consistently voted the least favourite of the house, and therefore it kind of buys Josh a little bit of time in the house to make more connections and really sort of amp that up a little bit. But I did feel bad for Jack purely because I feel like we didn't really get to know much about him. I feel like their editing knew that Gabby and Jack were like the first two out and kind of just didn't really give us much on them. They're not giving as much as they are on Miles, Louis, Jeanette, and Josh, obviously, who I see as like the main characters of the series. Even Maddie to an extent. Maddie's getting a lot of screen time, which is good. But yeah, on the whole, Jack had to go. Unfortunately, I won't miss him much because, like I said, I didn't really feel anything for him particularly. But I also thought he seemed so chill with the fact that this was actually a fake TV show. I'm still waiting for someone to like kick off. I think Miles could be the person to do that, but then again, like who knows where he's gonna go. He's a very unpredictable person. But he also was giving them advice on what to do next for Josh, and he was basically like, look, give him more stuff to do that's gonna make everyone go, wow, he's cool. And I think that's kind of obvious, but I think it was good advice from someone that is literally in the house and has been living with Josh. It's similar in the way of like when Gabby was like, get him to come out of his shell more, and then he obviously came out of his shell more. And then now that we're getting to the point where he needs to start doing stuff that's going to make everyone go, wow, they're going to start manipulating the game to make him do that, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It wouldn't be a reality show if there wasn't a twist, and my god, this was an interesting one. So we are now down to 7 players, but we've now got the inclusion of a brand new power couple, and I think their names are Darius and Aliki. I'm going to refer to them as the power couple throughout the episode because, like, they're kind of irrelevant as like individuals. They are playing as one player. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects the game. I gotta say, first impressions, Josh did not do a good job. He kind of walked up to them and just hung in the background until they came to him. Oh, bless him. It's so frustrating because he was just starting to get to the point where he's opening up, he's being a good member of the team. That was not what I wanted to say, but you get what I mean. And I feel like now that there's new people in the house, he could either keep progressing the way he has been, or he's going to end up going back into his shell. I don't want him to do that because I feel like there's definitely some interesting gameplay to have from him being just as out there as some of the other people in the house. Like, I actually think at the moment the most quiet person is Sophia, because Josh is actually being a lot more vocal, but maybe that's just because we're seeing a lot more of Josh being vocal and it's kind of manipulating how we see events. But anyway, it is what it is. Their power couple seem interesting. Not really. They kind of just seem like basic humans in the most nice way possible. They kind of do feel like template humans. There's nothing really there that I saw from them that gives me a personality other than we're a couple, we're hot. That was kind of the vibe I got from them the whole episode, and so I didn't really In this episode, the challenge was sort of looking at how you can use the gift of the gab to be the most popular person. The idea was they had to go on a live stream and sell products given to them by one of the celebrities going into the house as themselves. Vicky Patterson chose to go in, or was chosen to go in, and I thought she did a fantastic job in this challenge. She really did manage to fuck up the other contestants whilst also making sure that Josh had a good partner and situation. They essentially manipulated it so that people would go together that wouldn't necessarily work on like the face of it. And I gotta say, for some of them, they were pretty dire. Some of them were good, some of them were pretty dire. But the whole thing was quite interesting to watch. Some people are proving that they have very little personality when it comes to anything. So up first, Louis and Miles had to sell a jaw exerciser, and what did Louis have to sell? Louis had to sell something else, and they did a decent job. It was awkward to watch, and it was funny in moments, but it was very, very clear that the dynamic between the two of them there just isn't a dynamic between the two of them. It's very awkward, it's very shunted, it's very there's just a lot of there's a bad atmosphere between the two of them, and it's not great. So like, immediately they've got off to a good running because essentially their housemates had to then vote who was their favourite sellers or whatever. Up next was the power couple and Jeanette, and this one was just lifeless. Jeanette was doing her best to be like, oh yeah, here's the item, etc, 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 but the power couple was just giving nothing. And like, I know I said it earlier that they're kind of like template human beings, but like they had zero personality. I mean, Darius kind of just stood there looking like a lost puppy dog half of the time. It just crashed and burned, and yeah, it just wasn't great. And also the celebrities that were in the sort of hiding room, they were on the live stream. I think Pete Wick's name was Long Dong Silver 69, which was the funniest username ever. And they basically were commenting, being like trolls or being supportive in order to sort of give them something to bite back against. So yeah, it just didn't go very well for them, and it was a bit of a shame, I gotta be honest. Up next we had Sophia and Andre. Andre was great, Sophia was great. It was actually kind of funny, and I thought they did a good job. They really did smash this, actually. I think they worked a lot better together than I expected them to. And that brings us on to Maddie and Josh. Maddie was given a neck massager, which I think you can all guess what where that conversation went. And he was given a seesaw, like a child seesaw, to try and flog. I gotta say, and like I've seen a lot of reports where it's been like, oh, is Josh actually an actor? And I've been like, no, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair, etc., etc. But the way he was in this challenge was like the first kind of moment where I went, either he genuinely is just this funny when he's put in like a situation like this, or he's an actor. Because the things he was coming out with were brilliant. He was talking about like the neck massager and how he's walked past his girlfriend's room and he's heard the neck massager on, and he's been like, oh, she must be having a good time. It was just funny and it was entertaining, and he really did just sort of smash it. I did think that it was actually a very, very good performance from both of them, because even Maddie was joining in on the jokes. She was having a good time. They both got on the seesaw with Vicky Patterson. It was just honestly a good performance, and it kind of shocked me. They ended up winning the challenge, which again, are we surprised? But yeah, I kind of was. I didn't expect them to do that well, and yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes on Josh, because I don't know, it kind of did make me go, interesting. So, guys, it's now time for the favourites and least favourites. And I've actually written some better notes, so I might be able to give you some better reasons. But Gabby was up first. Her favourite was Miles. Her least favourite was Louis. The reason she voted for Miles is because she feels like they've got each other's backs. They're close in the game. They're happy buddy pally with each other, which I think is good. But her least favourite is Louis because he is causing drama in the house. Obviously, if she's taking Miles' side in this whole debacle, then obviously she's going to find Louis as the enemy. So I think it's very interesting seeing different people's stances on the whole situation. Andre was up next. His favourite is Sophia. And his least favourite is Maddie, very interestingly. The reason why it's Sophia as his favourite is because he feels like they've gotten closer over the last couple of days. The celebrities are kind of pushing them to be like a cute couple, which I find really funny. And his least favourite is Maddie because he feels like he just doesn't know enough about her at this point. And after being in the house like 3 or 4 days, he should be able to know more about them than just surface level info, kind of. Up next was Josh. Josh's favourite is Jeanette because of their little trio. He feels really supported by her, and it really enjoys getting on with her. Next up, we have Miles is his least favourite because he feels like Miles is in it to win it, and he's got a game plan, and he's trying to play everybody against each other, which I find very interesting. Miles was up next. Miles voted Maddie as his favourite because they're besties. Fairly self-explanatory. She voted for him, he voted for her. Fair enough. And least favourite is Louis because of the drama. So we are just over... no, we're actually halfway through. And Sophia, Miles, Jeanette and Maddie are our 4 favourites at the moment. And our least favourites are Louis, Maddie, Louis and Miles. So Louis's got 2 votes. Miles got 1 vote. Maddie's got 1 vote. It's looking like Louis is going to end up as the least favourite. But we head on to Sophia. Sophia's favourite is Andre. So again, this is 5 out of 5 people. 5 people have been chosen as favourite. No one has got 2 votes as the favourite. Her least favourite is Miles. Because she's worried that she's getting played by Miles, which I find very interesting. Also, a reason for Andre is just because she adores him. It's lovely. Jeanette voted for Louis as as her fave, and Miles as her least favourite. Kind of obvious reasons there. Louis now got a vote for favourite. Miles has got 3 votes for least favourite now. Louis then voted his fave as Josh, so that means 6 people. Is it 6 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different people have been chosen as the favourite, which means it comes down to our power couple. But the reason why he chose Josh is because he feels like if he chooses Josh as the favourite, it might save him from being the least favourite, because he feels like there's certain people in the house that are trying to get him out of here. And his least favourite is Miles, just because of last night. Fair enough. Yeah, not surprised in the slightest, I gotta be honest. And then it came down to the power couple, Darius and Aliki. I genuinely don't remember their names. They are just the power couple. Fave, Louis. So Louis is now the favourite of the household, despite getting 2 least favourite nominations. Because they click so well. And then it came down to the least favourite between Miles and Josh. Now, Miles was already going to be up either way, so this was just kind of beating a horse when it's down. But they decided to go with Miles over Josh because they feel like Miles is just not great. it's kind of the reason they gave. So I gotta say, interesting. Very, very cool. We've got Louis up as the favourite. We've got Miles up as the least favourite. And then they went straight into, oh, Louis, you must choose someone. And he went Maddie. Soz. And I was like, wow. But he also was like, I need to choose someone that I think the public will want to save over Miles because I want him out of here. And I was like, rah, Louis. Rah. Okay. But apparently there is no elimination tonight. But because there's no elimination tonight, Maddie and Miles are not allowed to vote in the next favourite, non-favourite. Which essentially means that they're easy cannon fodder. Yeah. Soz, bit orcs in it. Yeah, Miles, you're gonna be up 3 days in a row. That's kind of crazy. But there was just something that I wanted to finish the episode on, a conversation that Miles was having with the power couple, and he was saying that he feels like Louis is manipulating how this game goes. He feels like Louis is behind everything and is manipulating everything. He's got this person in his pocket, this person. You don't stand a chance in this game. You need to choose very carefully who you align with in this game. It felt very threatening. I gotta be honest. I gotta hold my hands up and be like, wow, this was uncomfortable to watch on a number of levels because it felt so threatening. I didn't think it would feel so threatening, but Miles, you're kind of being a bit sus here. You kind of laying your cards on the table, being like, align with me and I'll save you. Bitch, you're almost out the door. You are literally being the least favourite. You are cannon fodder for the house. It's crazy. You're also cannon fodder for the celebrities. They're going to keep you in this game as long as possible because they know that you're going to be voted least favourite week on week. Tough game. But that is all we have time for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next week looks crazy. They gave a little teaser and it looks like Miles is questioning whether this is all scripted or not, which is going to be crazy if he works that one out. But on the whole, next week looks to be very, very entertaining. There are 5 episodes left of this series, 3 next week, 2 the week after. So make sure you are tuning in. But aside from that, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.